Harvard students don't study longer than you. In fact, some of them study less, yet somehow they remember more, score higher, and forget less after exams. Why? That question alone has confused millions of students, because on the surface it makes no sense. If you study more, you should perform better, right? But here's where things get uncomfortable. Most students who study the most are not the ones who perform the best, and there is a real story that proves it. The student who studied twice as much and still lost in 2006, a student at a highly competitive university prepared for his final exams like never before. He doubled his study hours. While others rested, he reviewed notes. While others slept, he kept going. He did everything that hard work is supposed to mean, and yet, when results came out, he didn't just underperform. He performed worse than students who studied less than half his time. That doesn't make sense at first, until you understand one thing. He wasn't learning wrong because he was lazy. He was learning wrong because his brain was being trained incorrectly. And that mistake is something almost every student is making right now, even you. Because here's the real truth. The brain does not care how long you study. It only cares about how you use what you study. And most students unknowingly use methods that feel productive, but produce almost nothing long-term. That illusion is the real trap. Let's go deeper. Because Harvard-level students don't rely on feelings. They rely on systems. And the first system starts with something most students avoid because it feels uncomfortable. Technique number 1, the retrieval trap, active recall. Let's say 2 students study the same topic. Student A rereads the chapter 5 times. Student B reads it once, then closes the book and tries to recall everything from memory. Now pause. Which student feels more confident? Almost always student A. But which student actually remembers more? Student B. This is where your brain deceives you, because rereading creates familiarity, but recalling creates memory. And memory is what exams actually test, not recognition. Recall. Here's what top students do differently. They don't ask, "Do I understand this?" They ask, "Can I reproduce this without help?" If the answer is no, they go back. If the answer is yes, they still test again later. Because memory is not built in comfort. It is built in struggle. Technique number 2, the 10-year-old test. Imagine a 10-year-old child walks up to you and asks, "What is your subject about?" Not your teacher, not your classmates, a child. Could you explain it in simple words? No complex definitions, no textbook language, just clarity. Because here's the truth most students don't realize. If you cannot simplify it, you do not understand it. So what do top students do? They teach, not to impress anyone, but to expose confusion. Because the moment you try to explain something, your brain reveals what it actually knows. Technique number 3, the 47-second problem nobody talks about. Here's something most students never realize. A study on attention found something disturbing. After a distraction, it can take several minutes for the brain to fully return to deep focus. Not seconds, minutes. Now think about your last study session. Phone vibrates. You check it. One message becomes 5 minutes. 5 becomes 20. But the real damage isn't the time you lost. It's the focus you lost. Because every interruption forces your brain to restart concentration from 0. Now multiply that by 10, 20, 30 times a day. And suddenly, you're not studying for hours. You're restarting your brain for hours. And that's why many students feel exhausted but not improved. So what do top students do? They don't rely on motivation. They protect attention like it's something expensive, because it is. Technique number 4. Your environment is controlling you. Let's make this simple. Put a student in a quiet library, no phone, no noise, no distractions. Now put the same student in a room with TikTok, open Instagram notifications, YouTube autoplay messages popping every minute. Same student. Different outcome. Why? Because your environment is not background. It is behavior control. Your brain learns patterns from surroundings. If your environment is chaotic, your mind becomes chaotic. If your environment is focused, your mind follows. That's why top students don't depend on willpower. They design their surroundings so focus becomes the default, not a decision, a habit. The real problem. Most students think they have a time problem, but they don't. They have a system problem, because time spent does not guarantee learning. Only methods do. And once you see this clearly, you can never go back to old studying again. Final truth. A year from now, you will not remember how many hours you studied today, but you will live with the results of how you studied. The exams will still come. The pressure will still come. Life will still move forward. The only question is, will you move with it or fall behind it? Because somewhere in the future, there is a version of you who already succeeded, not because they were smarter, but because they changed how they learned. And that version of you is built from decisions like this one. Not tomorrow, not someday, today, right after this video ends. If this helped you, comment. Which idea changed how you think about studying? And if you're serious about upgrading your life, subscribe, because your future self is already watching.